Hello everyone. Good afternoon to all. Today's my presentation's topic is emotional and social relationship in Pride and Prejudice. Here is my academic detail and presentation details. Here is table of content. Here is research question. How do shame and social class shape emotional intimacy in Elizabeth and Darcy's relationship in Pride and Prejudice? And hypothesis Austen demonstrates that authentic romantic intimacy requires both partners to dismantle shame-based defense like Pride and Prejudice through mutual vulnerability and self-examination. Introduction: the marriage question. Austen opens, it is truth universally acknowledged that a single man is possession of good fortune must be in a want of wife. Marriage represented woman's only path to economic security. In Cherolet Lucas states in the novel, I ask only comfortable home. Yet the novel questions whether marriage without emotional connection can bring happiness or not. Elizabeth Bennet refuses Mr. Collins despite economic pressure, insists on love as essential. In today's parallel, we still negotiate between practical concern and genuine emotional connection in relationship. Same as emotional foundation. Gordon Hayes argues same is Elizabeth's main affectual motive. She constantly experienced embarrassment about her family. After reading Darcy's letter, Elizabeth confessed how despicably I acted, how humiliating is this discovery. Till this moment, I never knew myself. Elizabeth's wit and prejudice function as defense against feeling of inferiority and vulnerability. Her wounded pride from Darcy calling her tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me. In modern insight, defensive behavior often marks deeper feeling of inadequacy and shame. Social class and romantic possibility. Darcy initially opposed Elizabeth due to her family's total want of priority, so frequently display an inferior connection. Handler argues in Austen's world, social hierarchy determines personal worth. To be dependent upon another is to be incomplete as human being. Lydia's elopement creates disgrace that threatens all sisters' marital prospectus through scandal. Darcy's intervention to save Lydia demonstrates love transcending class prejudice. He risks reputation for Elizabeth. In contemporary parallel, socio-economic inequality still shapes who we meet, date, and ultimately marry. In Darcy's emotional transformation, Darcy confessed, I was spoiled by my parents, taught to be selfish and overbearing to care for none beyond my own family circle. His apparent pride reveals fragility, believing in superiority only if he could think mainly of everyone else. Elizabeth observed Darcy's Pemberley, so desire to please, so free from self consequences or unbending reserve. Darcy tells Elizabeth, you taught me a lesson, hard indeed at first, but most advantageous. By you, I was properly humbled. In today's lesson, authentic intimacy required dropping protective barrier and accepting correction from partners. Elizabeth's journeys to self-knowledge. Elizabeth realized vanity, not love, has been my folly, pleased with the profanes of one like Wickham, and offended by the neglect of the other like Darcy. I have quoted prepositions and ignorance. Her prejudice stemmed from wounded pride. Darcy's initially snub made her defensive and hostile. Here's not Elizabeth's pride has driven her to be defensive prejudice. Beneath pride lies vulnerability to shame. She must confront how quickly she believed Wickham's flattery while dismissing Darcy's character. In modern relevant confirmation bias and ego protection still make us resist evidence, contradiction, first impressions. The language of unspoken desire. Dennis Allen identifies dance, look, and walks as symbolic expression of desire that connect to be distinct, direct acknowledge. Austen homage direct depiction of Darcy's successful proposal, describing him expressing himself as warmly as a man violently in love can be supposed to do. Darcy reputedly asked Elizabeth to dance. She unconsciously accepted at Netherlands without knowing what she did. Stout argues Austen believing language is in itself inadequate to the expression of strong emotion. In contemporary insights, sometimes intense emotion resist verbal expression, gesture, communicate what world cannot. I am not romantic. Charlotte marriage without emotion. Charlotte declared happiness in marriage is entirely a matter of chance. I ask only a comfortable home. Elizabeth finds Charlotte marriage humiliating, believing she has disgraced herself and sunk in her esteem. Yet Charlotte wisely did not hear Collins' absurdity and pragmatically magnifying what she cannot change. In modern parallel, economic pressure still forces choices between econ, emotional fulfillment and financial security. Jane Bennet emotionally repressed and depression. Jane exhibit constant complaisance in her air and manner. Elizabeth observed Jane's letter showing a want of what cheerfulness. Nothing Jane was not happy. Is not Jane's depression stem from turning judgment inwards? Suspicious about other become self-blame. In today's insight, people place pleasures who cannot express anger or criticism often develop depression and diminish self-worth. Mutual education through love. Darcy tells Elizabeth, "You taught me a lesson hard indeed at first, but most advantageous. By you, I was properly humbled." Elizabeth recognized her own need. Till this moment, I never knew myself. In contemporary relation, healthy relationship require partners who acknowledge mistakes and learn from each other. The resolution, emotional and social achievement. Elizabeth achieved both emotional fulfillment and social evaluation, escaping society so little, pleasing to either to all the comfort and elegant of their family, party and Pemberley. Its notice, Elizabeth's marriage represent upward mobility, freeing her from family shame while achieving genuine level and modern relevant lasting partnership needed emotional intimacy and compatible value, goal and lifestyle. In conclusion, Pride and Prejudice contemporary relevance. Austen demonstrates shame and the defense against it play such an important role in our own lives and culture. Elizabeth and Darcy journey so successful relationship balance emotional authenticity and against social relationship. In today's application, relationships still demand balancing authentic feeling with practical concern while managing shame and vulnerability. Here as the references and learning outcome is analyze psychological defense, evaluating social constraint, trace character transformation, identify symbolic communication, compare marital motivation, and synthesize the novel resolution. Thank you for your kind attention. Now you are welcome for question answer.
Besides a flaw, what purpose does Darcy Pride serve?
Darcy's pride acts as psychological defense. It shields his vulnerability and reinforcement a sense of superiority that he was taught, which he used to keep emotional distance with those considered as his social inferiors. Next question.
The question is, how does Charlotte's view on marriage challenge Elizabeth's romantic ideals?
Charolais' pragmatic choice for a comfortable home challenges Elizabeth's idea for marriage. It shows that for us, for some marriage was less about love and more about survival. Thank you. This is all from my side.